Um, Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching from. This Diaspora Network. It's good to be back again. This is going to be a short one. Well, the Supreme Court has said they've said their own. Um, so many reactions, okay, so many reactions. But what are we waiting for? That is the truth. What are we waiting for? What are we going to do? What do we need to do? What are we waiting for? That is the truth. What do we need to do? Okay. All the same, as I always say it, the battle continues. All right. And the truth will should surely prevail. The truth will surely come out. Okay. And it's a pity and it's painful that it's how it is. But I have been saying the power belongs to the people. Okay. The power belongs to the people. It's not just for the. It's the power belongs to the people, and we should have this in mind. The power belongs to the people. We should all have this in mind, and we should really, really work on. Let's make it work, okay? So we should all sit up and wake up. But Slick, this battle is not for Peter Obi, all right? This battle is not just for obedient people. This battle is for all Nigerians. It's for people, for the Western, for people that have the country at heart. This is the battle we are fighting. So the court has ruled and they have ruled, but we all need to sit up. We all need to sit up. We all need to face the truth and let the truth prevail. Okay, that is what I'm going to say. We all need to sit up and say the truth. You can see the Supreme Court has been bought. The Supreme Court has been it has been under shadow of the executives. We should all just know that, and we should wake up. We should stand up for our rights, and let's change the system. Let's change the narratives. No, I'm doing this video because I saw what the retired chief judge justice said. That is why I'm making this video right now, because I saw what I mean. His address. It's so pathetic that what is happening in Nigeria is so painful to see that Nigeria, for our country, we say that it belongs to all of us, that few individuals are just taking charge of it. No, we should not let it happen. We should take our country back. Okay, and it's you and I that will do it. It's you and I that will do it. Okay. Anyway, and I saw a video again of Amaechi of what he said. It was totally correct. Nigerians, they don't care. They don't care. Nigerians don't care. They don't care. If they kid their parents, they don't care. They don't care. They will just keep on moving on. They will keep on pretending as if everything is well. As if everything is well. We all need to stand up. Okay? We all need to stand up. We all need to sit up. I saw the video of Amaechi. I say, wow. And this is what Nigerians are. They don't want to no one want to fight. They will say just 4 years. 4 years will be over. Okay, but maximum 8 years. This is how people will be suffering and suffering and suffering. It's just 4 years. It's just 4 years. And meanwhile, people are suffering and dying. Why not just wake up and stand up for your right? The Supreme Court, the judiciary had been bought. Okay, let me say to the video of Amaechi of what he said. Is very correct. It's very, very correct. Very, very, very correct. Very, very right. It's pathetic, really, man. It's annoying to see what is happening. It's annoying. It's annoying. Let me play the video. Man, Nigerians, wake up.
Ikechuku, if some Nigerians were telling you that you shouldn't have given me opportunity to speak, tell them that so many television houses and individuals had approached me to speak on different issues since I left office, and I declined. Two reasons why did I decline? Two reasons. My publicist said don't speak, and I chose to obey my publicist, and he's very angry that I'm speaking today. He knows. Second reason, what is new to say? Nigerians don't react to anything. Has any politician told you that he's not a thief? Tell me one politician that has told you that he's not a thief. Tell me one. I don't know why you're gathering forgery, no forgery. What politician told you I didn't forge? Which politician told you he went to university? Which politician told you he served in NYSC? Which politician told you he has a certificate? Nigerians know and still vote for them. So what's your problem?
It's pathetic.
No, tell me what's your problem?
It's painful.
So I said, why should I speak when already there's nothing new? Okay, you observed Buhari's period. I will leave Port Harcourt 1 a.m. I arrive Abuja, leave Abuja 3 a.m. Somebody said they made Buhari. Did I say anything? I didn't say anything. It's not important. Nigerians choose who to believe and who not to believe. Nigerians choose who to vote and who not to vote. Even if you come to a Nigerian man's house and kill the mother, the father will continue his life. Nothing bothers you. Nothing. So why do I waste my time? Yes, that's the original. So give it to me. You see it? So that you won't say tomorrow he brought photocopies. But when we get there, that is when we're talking about Buhari's government. So there's nothing that our chairman said that is new. Absolutely not new. I've said it several times. I've taken so many risks. I've said too many things. The fight from Goodluck's government to Buhari's government, you all knew about it. My aircraft was seized. I was shot at. If I was killed, what would happen? Nothing. So you would die a useless life. So what did I choose? I chose to stay in my house quietly. Fortunately for me, I got admission to study in Nigerian law school. And rule number one is, like they told me if I came here, you are our property. You have no right to go anywhere unless we permit you. That's the rule in the Nigerian law school. So anybody who says, why have we not seen you? I'm a student of Nigerian law school. Until I graduate, I can't disobey them. So I chose not to speak again because there is nothing to say and because Nigerians will do absolutely nothing. If you say it's a lie, line up 10 Nigerians and shoot them tomorrow, nothing will happen. If you say it's a lie, in fact, the worst thing about Nigerians is that even when you claim you're not committing any crime and they pick you up tomorrow, we said it is a thief. Nigerians will join. They will cross it and you go to prison for nothing. The greatest fear I have is being found in prison for nothing. And you can be found in prison for doing. So I don't want to repeat what I used to say before because you hold it against me. Those who are close to me know. We repeated yesterday. I will just only use one word. I won't use the rest. I say it's a hopeless situation. Is it a lie? So let's go a bit further. Let's go a bit further. You will be shocked that I won't talk about Buhari's government for two reasons. And I won't talk about President Tinubu's government. One reason why I won't talk about Buhari's government, I'm a participant. But they asked me that question yesterday. What moral reason do you have to criticize Buhari's government, having been part of it? That was the argument. I do, if I want to argue it. But again, that was a huge debate amongst us, and we are all agreed I should say nothing about the government. So I now told them if I will say nothing about Buhari's government, I will also say nothing about President Tinubu's government, because you know the problem. Instead of Nigerians finding solutions to their problem, they are committing suicide. I'm praying for you every day that you should continue to commit suicide, so that by the time I wake up one day, all of you have died. I can now reap the benefit of your death by taking those things. What other people resist, like in Ghana, as it's going on now, like in Kenya, is what Nigerians, no worry, not before years. After 4 years, you will go. The man wins the second time, whether by magic or by crook or by listen. Not only 8 years. No be good luck, no be good luck don't go so, no be why don't go so. He go soon go. Another person will come and repeat the same thing. You'll be saying that until the day God will come. For those of us who are Christians. So I have chosen to be like you, say nothing, hear and do.
Well, wow. I saw that video. I said, that is just the truth, okay? They don't talk. They don't talk. They don't care. I don't understand. I mean why they are dying. Meanwhile, they are suffering. Now you can see what is happening right now, man. The Supreme Court has said their own, and people want to wait for the next 4 years. Your vote was stolen in broad daylight. Broad daylight. I'm not saying in broad daylight. Your vote was stolen, and we are all quiet. It's just 4 years. It's just 8 years. and you guys are suffering and dying. It's a pity, man. It's a pity. I don't know what to say right now, man. But make comment. Anything you want to say, make comment, please. Make comment and share the video. Okay, that's what I will say. Make comment and share the video. What is the way forward? What are you guys going to do? You guys are in Nigeria, suffering and dying, waiting patiently for who? Who are you waiting for? For Supreme Court, they've done their own, they've gone. But Peter Obi, don't Peter Obi cannot tell you to go to the street. He cannot tell you that. He won't tell you that. Take your destiny into your own hands, Nigerians. Take your destiny into your own hands. You voted. Was your vote counted? Don't allow all these people up there. Don't allow them to take the day. Don't allow them. This is, man, I don't know what to say. I will stop here. I will play on that video of the chief judge, the retired chief justice, of what he said. The corrupt system, corrupt judiciary, corrupt. God help, God help, God help Nigeria. God help Nigeria, man. I think I will just play the video and I will leave you guys and decide what you guys want to do. But for me, I'm going to say my own. For me, I have said it before. We don't give in, okay? That is the truth. We don't give in, okay? We don't give in, and we will not give in, okay? Nigeria is a great country. We can make it happen. It's you and I that will make it happen. All right. It's high time we take our country back. It's high time we take our country back. The country belongs to all of us. Okay? It belongs to you, it belongs to me, it belongs to Igbos, it belongs to Hausa, it belongs to Fulani, to the Kano race, it belongs to everyone. The country belongs to everyone. We want to take our country back. I just want to play a video of what I wish this judge said this thing before the Supreme Court judgment. What does it even mean anything? Because even the Supreme Court, they've made up their mind what they wanted to do before. I mean, so it was just a shamble, man. It was just for a shamble. But all the same, guys, I think we still need to do something here. The power belongs to the people. When the people speak, nobody can withstand it. All right. Let me play the video of this guy. He excused himself from the Supreme Court. I mean, Peter Obi article against APC and Tinubu. He has retired, so this was his man. It's pathetic anyway. If he can stay like this, we need to change the system, really, sure. We need to make judiciary to overhaul everything. That is why we voted for Peter Obi, because he will be able to do it. But it's not too late, man. Nigeria, stand for your right, man. I mean, stand for your right. Stand for your right. Stand for your right. That's what I will say. Let's play the video. Please, as you watch, kindly like, share. That's what I will say. Share, make comments, man.
It was my view that valedictory sessions only provide honorees the platforms to tell their stories and, informed by experience in the course of service, make suggestions as to how to improve the institutions they had served. I was, however, unable to appreciate the extent to which previous suggestions had been exploited to effect the desired reforms. Members of my family and close friends prevailed upon me to reconsider my position. They insisted that it is defeatist to allow failure in utilizing suggestions proffered at previous occasions to deter subsequent contributions. The quest for institutional improvement, particularly in the judiciary, they insisted, must rather be intensified to avoid hastening the demise of our society. A society, they significantly reason, rots too easily when institutional defects are ignored. I capitulated, and thus the unfolding events I am also here to say goodbye, particularly to the attendees of today's event, the public, and indeed the country at large, for giving me the privilege and honor of serving the judiciary for 47 years. The valedictory, again, is a thanksgiving exercise for the good health one enjoyed in the course of service. Glory be to the Almighty Allah, the Lord of the universe. Because I would eventually write a book to tell my story, including the experience gathered while serving in the judiciary, it is incumbent for me to be very brief in my address this morning. Appreciable efforts have been made by earlier speakers in telling you who I am. May it please you to hear it from the horse's mouth. I was born and bred in Limawa, a ward in Mina, now the capital of Niger State. Then, in 1953, a relatively small and quiet provincial headquarters. I was named after my paternal grandfather, known and called Musa Kumuria. Adamu, my paternal great-grandfather, traded in cattle and kola nuts between Kumuria, a village in present-day Kano State, and Ogomosho in Oyo State and beyond. He would convey cattle southwards and kola nuts back to the north. They traveled on foot and in groups in those days, making stopovers at Bakani and Durban, both places along the route towards Moka and in between Kwantagora and Bida, respectively. Musa Kumuria's mother, Hafsatu, was Adamu's third and youngest wife. Before Musa's birth, her earlier children had died serially. On conceiving and determined not to lose Musa, Hafsatu insisted that she accompanied her husband on his trade sojourns. At Durban, on one of such occasions, Adamu fell ill and died. Hafsatu, rather than travel back to Kumuria, decided to settle at Durban with young Musa, whom she feared, like his deceased siblings, would also die if they went back home to Kumuria. Hafsatu remarried subsequently and had a daughter, Gogo Saidatu, Kumuria's uterine sister. Not quite long, she lost her second husband. Incessant pressure from Musa's uncles back in Kumuria made her to relocate to Paiko and hence to Mina. Musa, then a young man, joined the labor force engaged in the construction of the rail line passing through the town to Baro, a nearby village, as well as southwards to Lagos. With the successful completion of the construction of the rail line, Musa Kumuria settled in Mina into the grain trade. He married Hadiza, a young Hausa lady from Tawa in the present-day Niger Republic. They were blessed with 3 children. My father, as both the final and the only say, the Chief Justice of Nigeria has power to appoint 80% of members of the council and 60% of members of the Federal Judicial Service Commission. The same applies to NGI and LPPC. Such enormous powers are effortlessly abused. I repeat, such enormous powers are effortlessly abused. This needs to change. Continued denial of the existence of this threatening anomaly weakens effective judicial oversight in the country. Now, by the provision of paragraph 20 of Part 1 of the Third Schedule to the 1999 Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended, the NJC shall comprise the following members: the Chief Justice of Nigeria, who shall be the chairman; the next most senior Justice of the Supreme Court, who shall be the deputy chairman, Regrettably, the next most senior Justice of the Supreme Court, like deputy governors of states, shorn of any official function except at the pleasure of the governor, is neither consulted on anything, nor does he have any official function. His job as number two is purely as the CJ and pleases. It is incumbent that the system provides for more inclusion and consultation among the stakeholders. Now I move to the issue of funding and independence of the judiciary. Allusions have been made in innumerable times about poor funding and how the judiciary has been emasculated by inadequate funding. My Lord, the late Honorable Justice Mustafa Akambi, former president of the Court of Appeal, in a publication titled "The Men Obstacles of Justice According to Law," said, and I quote, "A good judgment flows from a mind that is not bogged by the thought of, where do I get my next meal? Or where do I get the money to pay my son's school fees? Poor conditions of service disturb the mind. It is an obstacle to clear and positive thinking. Beyond the issue of the salaries of justices remaining static with no graduation for almost 15 years now, it is instructive to inquire what the judiciary also does with its allocations. Who is responsible for the expenditure? An unrelenting searchlight needs to be beamed to unravel how the sums are expended. In 2015, when President Muhammad Buhari became the president, the budgetary allocation to the judiciary was 70 billion naira. In 2018, appropriation bills submitted to the National Assembly, the president allocated 100 billion to the judiciary. The legislature increased it to 110 billion, 10 billion above the 100 billion appropriated for the 2017 fiscal year. At the end of President Buhari's tenure in 2023, judiciary's allocation had increased to 130 billion. 130 billion. This is an increase from 70 billion to 130 billion in 8 years. The present government has allocated an additional sum of 35 billion naira to the judiciary for the current financial year, making the amount of money accessible by the judiciary to 165 billion naira. If one looks at what has been given to the states, each state was given 5 billion to solve its problems brought about by the conditions we are going through because of the fuel thing. If you look at what is given to the judiciary, and yet we are still saying that the judiciary is being emasculated, I think there is something wrong somewhere. More than 80% of the amount appropriated by the Ninth Assembly has so far been released to the judiciary. It is envisaged that the additional 35 billion naira will equally be released by the present government. I'm sure it will be released by the present government because I know the antecedents of Mr. President. Because when he was governor in Lagos State, I was privileged to be in the Lagos State Division of the Court of Appeal, and I knew his attitude towards the judiciary. I don't think he would be flippant to say that he's doing this and to recline from doing that. I'm very, very optimistic that that amount of money will be released to the judiciary as well. Now, notwithstanding the phenomenal increases in the sums appropriated and released to the judiciary, justices and officers' welfare and the quality of service of the judiciary that the judiciary rendered have continued to decline. There is a terrible decline in the services and the welfare of justices and officers of the institution. I should know, and I know, and I'm saying it as I know them. It may interest one to know that, and this is another ridiculous thing, that the Chief Registrar of the Supreme Court earns more than the justices of the court. It's not something of today. This anomaly has been in existence all these years. I was a Chief Registrar in 1986. I knew what salary I drew vis-a-vis what the judges of the High Court that I served were taking. Supreme Court is the apex court. And yet, the Chief Registrar of this court earns much more than I do, earns much more than we all do. And nobody talks. Nobody talks. While she earns 1.2 million a month, justices take home 751,000 naira in a month. The Chief Justice, on his part, takes home 400,000 plus. The Chief Justice. The salary of a justice, curiously, drops rather than increases when he gets the added responsibility of being a Chief Justice. That the unjust and embarrassing salary difference between the justices and the Chief Registrar still abides, remains intriguing, to say the least. It is highly intriguing that this anomaly, we all know it, and nobody has taken it a duty to do something about it. Valedictory session after valedictory session, lapses and challenges that should be nipped are stated to no avail. Why the silence and seeming contentment? The process of appointment of judges and the quality of judgments, of course. A couple of years ago, appointment to the bench was strictly on merit, strictly on merit. Sound knowledge of the law, integrity, honor, and hard work distinguished those who were elevated. Lobbying was unheard of. Lobbying to accost justices into their chambers by people who seek to be elevated, that the judges should put in words for them, were unheard of. You will just be sitting, and if those who are given the responsibility of making the elevation find you worthy, you just get a letter to that effect. You wouldn't have gone to anybody to ask for any favors or recognition. But that is not the case today, unfortunately. I never lobbied, not at any stage of my career, to secure any appointment or elevation. And I challenge anybody to contradict this statement of mine. As much as possible, the most qualified men and women were appointed. That can no longer be said about appointments to the bench these days. The judiciary must be uniquely above board. Appointments should not be polluted by political, selfish, and sectional interests. The place of merit, it must be urged, cannot be overemphasized. Now I will move to public perceptions. What perceptions the public has about the judiciary. Public perceptions of the judiciary have over the years become witheringly scornful and monstrously critical. It has been in the public space that court officials and judges are easily bribed by litigants to obviate delays and or obtain favorable judgments. His Lordship Adolfo Okoji JCA, at the point of exiting, had enthused inter alia as follows. Please, I expressed everywhere by the generality of the public. He is one of us. The person making this observation was one of us. He says, please, I express every day by the generality of the public, begging the judiciary to be just, to be truthful, and to save the country from collapse. My question is whether the judiciary needs to be begged or cajoled. What is it that qualifies any person to bear that exalted name, Honorable Justice? Is it not for him to administer justice without fear or favor? Unfortunately, it has been severely vilified, with the apex court so denigrated and called by a social commentator as a voter gaggle of useless, purchasable judicial bandits. How did the judiciary get to this level? That is the profound question His Lordship was asking as he was exiting. Why is the whole country on edge for fear of what the public regards as unpredictable judicial pronouncements? Like I said, he was one of us. There must be a rethink and a hard reset. If the people we have sworn to defend have lost confidence, there is a problem that must be addressed. Recently, fresh allegations have been made that children and other relatives of serving and retired judges and justices are being appointed into judicial offices at the expense of more qualified candidates lacking in such privilege and backing. It is asserted that the process of appointment to judicial positions are deliberately conducted to give undue advantage to the children, spouses, and mistresses of serving and retired judges and managers of judicial offices. At the Court of Appeal, it is also asserted that presiding justices are now being appointed out of term. When we were there, people to become presiding justices knew themselves and when they would become such officers. But now the perception is that now justices are being appointed out of time. And there is the further issue of the unpredictable nature of recent decisions of the courts as well. A number of respected senior members of the bar, inter alia, and I'm glad the president of the Bar Association has also alluded to such comments made by practitioners, Some of these senior members of the bar, inter alia, citing the Ahmed Lawan, the former president of the Senate, and the Imo governorship appeals, claim that decisions of even the apex court have become unpredictable. It is difficult to understand how and where, by these decisions, the judicial pendulum swings. It was not so before, they contend. In some quarters, the view is strongly held that filth and intrigues characterize the institution these days. Judges are said to be comfortable in companies they never would have kept in the past. It is being insinuated that some judicial officers even campaign for the politicians. It cannot be more than fine. President Muhammadu Buhari in 2016 ordered the forceful entry into the houses and the arrest of justices, some of whom were serving at the apex court. Not done. In 2019, the government accosted, arrested, and arraigned the incumbent Chief Justice before the Code of Conduct Tribunal for alleged underhand conduct. With his retirement apparently negotiated, he was eventually left off the hook. In 2022, a letter signed by all the justices of the Supreme Court, including the current Chief Justice, the aggrieved protested against the shabby treatment meted to them by the head of court and the Chief Registrar. At the center of the friction was their welfare and the cavalier attitude of the Chief Registrar thereto. In the event, His Lordship Ibrahim Tanko Muhammad disengaged ostensibly on grounds of ill health. Now, it must be said, Chief Femi Falana is right, that the safeguard in our appointment procedures against judicial appointments for improper motive is increasingly being compromised. Certainly, by Rule 8.3 of the Judicial Code of Conduct, any judge who takes advantage of his judicial office for personal gain or for gain by his or her relative or relation abuses the power invested in him. My lords, distinguished invitees, ladies and gentlemen, it is obvious that the judiciary I'm exiting from is far from the one I voluntarily joined and desired to serve and be identified with. The institution has become something else. Then the question is, what do we do? Allow me at this point in time to recall that the 1999 Constitution, as amended, allows each and every one of us the freedom of choosing his religion, the company he keeps, what to say. I am sure we all know where this rights abet and where the rights the very same Constitution grants others take. I am a Muslim for whose conduct the Quran in chapter 4, Surah Al-Nisa, verse 135 provides, O you who believe, stand out firmly for justice. Stand out firmly for justice as witnesses to Allah, even though it be against yourselves, or your parents, or your kin. Be he rich or poor, Allah is a better protector to both. So, follow not the lust of your hearts, lest you may avoid justice, and if you distort your evidence, or refuse to give it, or refuse to say it, verily Allah is ever well acquainted with what you do. In Surah Al-Tawbah, verse 71, that particular verse further requires that believers, both men and women, are should enjoy what is just and forbid what is evil. And I came across this particular quote, and I read, how, this is how a society goes down the drain really quickly. First, the society overlooks evil, then it permits evil, then it legalizes evil, then it promotes evil, then it celebrates evil, and then that same society persecutes those that still hold evil. Lastly, Madam Grant's words in moments like this are also instructively apposite. And I quote, when you follow a concept, any concept, always consider what would lead you to withdraw your support. If the answer is nothing, nothing will make you to withdraw your support, then your integrity is in jeopardy. Your highest loyalty belongs to principles, not concepts. No concept deserves unconditional love. Commitment is earned through character. My contribution towards reforming the judiciary is founded on these foregoing principles. Intrinsic in what I have said today are indices to dampen, nay, eradicate the lapses in the judiciary. The duty to revive the institution remains a collective one. We must persist. It suffices to have, for the purpose of this event this morning, a respite at this point level. Then my conclusions. My gratitude goes first to my Creator for the opportunity, health, and strength of serving through these years. Among those who contributed to the success of my career are, firstly, my maternal grandfather, Muhammad Megari, the Kokondere, my late father, Muhammad Najime, and my mother in that order. I lost the two men not far in between, in 1982 and 1983 respectively. May Allah forgive their lapses.
Yeah, that was the video. I played it so that you guys will see it. Of the retired Chief Justice is but it is he was supposed to be among the panel for the Supreme Court, although he had to excuse himself because it was just a day to go. And he said the truth, man. He said the truth. He said the truth. The system is so bad. It's corrupt. If that system is corrupt, we cannot depend on it. Really, it needs overhauling. It needs overhauling. What do you need to do? Well, the power belongs to the people. I've said it before, and again I will say it again. Don't expect Peter Obi to tell you to go to street or to go and protest. It will not. I don't think he will ever say that. The Supreme Court has ruled, but the vote of people supersedes everything. Or the vote of the people, they have spoken, and it need to be heard. Anyway, I played the video before of Amaechi of saying that Nigerians don't care. They believe they can suffer and die. They don't care. They just keep on moving on. That is too bad. I don't have much to say right now. I'll call it a day. But please, as you watch, kindly like, share, and Nigeria for a dream. We will surely achieve it. This not just for this is not about Peter Obi. It's not about obedient movement. It's about having a good country, have making Nigeria work again. That's what we are saying. Making Nigeria work again. We have to overhaul the judiciary, executives, the legislators, everything in the country. It needs overhauling. All right. So that's it for now. I have to go on to the retired justice. We wish you a happy retired life, and we pray what you said will be. I mean, that the judiciary will the judges and the justices that are there right now, they will look into it and make our country great again. It was a bombshell, man. It was a bombshell. How people appoint evil son, appoint judges, justices because of their family or political related, or it's just too bad. So bad. That's the system. It's a rotten system, the bad system. We need to change it all. That's what I have to say right now. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and God bless you. Have a great weekend. Bye.